In this video, we'll explore 15 psychological facts that might just blow your mind. From our tendency to overestimate our abilities to the way we form impressions of others, these facts provide insight into the complex workings of the human mind and the fascinating ways in which we perceive the world around us. The majority of people believe they are above average in intelligence. This phenomenon is known as the illusory superiority effect, and it suggests that we tend to overestimate our abilities in various areas, including intelligence, humor, and attractiveness. While it's possible for some people to be above average in these areas, it's statistically impossible for the majority of people to be above average. 2. When we meet someone new, we tend to form an impression of them within the first few seconds of meeting them. This is known as the halo effect, and it suggests that our initial impressions of people can heavily influence our subsequent perceptions of them. For example, if we meet someone who is physically attractive, we may assume that they are also intelligent, kind, and talented, even if we don't have any evidence to support these assumptions. 3. The feeling of being in love has been compared to the feeling of being addicted to drugs. This is because falling in love activates the same reward centers in the brain that are activated by drugs like cocaine and heroin. When we're in love, our brains release chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin, which create feelings of pleasure, bonding, and attachment. 4. Multitasking can actually decrease productivity and lead to more mistakes. This is because our brains are not designed to handle multiple tasks at once, and trying to do so can lead to cognitive overload and decreased performance. Instead, it's generally more effective to focus on one task at a time and give it your full attention. 5. Our brains are wired to respond to the color red more strongly than any other color. This is why red is often used to signal danger, urgency, and importance. When we see the color red, our brains release adrenaline, which increases our heart rate and prepares us for action. 6. The way people walk can reveal a lot about their personality traits. For example, people who walk quickly and with long strides tend to be more confident and assertive, while people who walk slowly and with shorter strides tend to be more cautious and introverted. 7. Bilinguals have increased cognitive ability. People who are bilingual have been shown to have improved cognitive abilities and a lower risk of dementia. This is because the process of learning and using multiple languages can help keep the brain active and engaged, which may help to prevent cognitive decline in later life. 8. Your favorite song is likely associated with an emotional event in your life. This is because our brains have a tendency to associate music with memories and emotions, which can make certain songs more meaningful and significant to us. 9. The more choices we have, the more difficult it becomes to make a decision. This phenomenon is known as choice overload. When presented with too many options, our brains can become overwhelmed, making it harder to choose. Research has found that when people are presented with fewer options, they tend to be more satisfied with their decision and feel less regret afterward. 10. The more we learn, the more we realize how much we don't know, which is known as the Dunning-Kruger effect. This cognitive bias describes how people with lower levels of competence tend to overestimate their abilities, while people with higher levels of competence tend to underestimate their abilities. As people learn more and become more competent in a certain area, they begin to realize how much they don't know, leading to a decrease in confidence. 11. The way you talk to yourself can have a significant impact on your self-esteem and overall mental health. The internal dialogue we have with ourselves, also known as self-talk, can either be positive or negative. Positive self-talk, such as "I am capable of achieving my goals" or "I am worthy of love and respect," can help boost confidence and overall mental well-being. 12. People are more likely to remember information that is presented in a narrative or story format, rather than just a list of facts or data. This is because stories are easier for our brains to remember and recall. When information is presented in a story format, it activates multiple areas of our brain, including the sensory cortex, which helps us visualize the story and remember it better.
13. A lack of sleep can have a significant impact on our mental and physical health, including our mood, cognitive function, and immune system.
Sleep is essential for our bodies to repair and regenerate, and lack of sleep can lead to fatigue, irritability, decreased cognitive function, and even increased risk of chronic diseases such as diabetes, heart disease, and obesity.
14. The way we perceive time can be influenced by our emotions. When we are having fun, time seems to fly by, but when we are bored or anxious, time can feel like it's moving slowly.
This is because our brain's perception of time is influenced by our level of attention and arousal. 15. The serial positioning effect. The serial position effect is the tendency for people to better remember the first and last items in a sequence, while having difficulty remembering items in the middle.
This effect has important implications for how we structure our communications, as we can place important information at the beginning or end of a sequence to increase retention.
Hope you loved this video. Don't forget to subscribe and drop a like to get further interesting updates.